Good morning, my dear children. Are you able to watch the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Have you all submitted your classwork notes in the Google Classroom?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Are you watching the videos of our mathematics
Yes,
class
sir.
regularly? Even though you are confident, in that concepts, at least watch that class one more time. At least watch that video one more time. Okay, my children, to improve your knowledge, to strengthen your knowledge, to increase confidence level, please watch the videos. Don't neglect, my dear children. Simply attending the
Okay, sir.
class and leaving the class, it does not give much result. If you watch the class again, then you will you will remember that points well. Okay, good morning, my dear Blessina. Good morning. And moreover, you should memorize trigonometric identities not only for the first year, they will be useful, they will be used in this second year also. Okay, my dear children, all of you learn trigonometric identities, trigonometric formulae, whatever you have learned in the first year. Okay, my dear children, not only trigonometric identities,
Okay, sir.
similarly, memorize derivative formulae, differentiation formulae. They will be used in the calculus. Right from today, memorize the formulae of differentiation. In first year, we have studied. Okay, my children. In limits and derivatives, you have studied derivative formulae of some standard functions and limits formulae also, limits of some standard functions. All of you memorize them well right from today. Okay, my dear children.
Okay, sir.
Yes. Yesterday we have discussed. Yes, good morning, my dear Stains Johnson. Good morning, my dear Powerson Churchill. Good morning, my dear Jerome Jasliraj, Kiran Raj, Blessina, Grison, Kevin Paul, Joseph, Janani, Krupal, and Preetika. All of you pay attention, my dear children. Listen carefully. Listen the class carefully, my dear children. If you have any doubts, ask your doubts then and there itself. Otherwise, at least after watching the video, after watching the video, when you are watching the video, first follow this procedure. First of all, write the classwork notes. I'm posting the classwork notes in the form of PDF in the Google Classroom. First of all, note it down. Note it down that classwork notes in your classwork notes. Okay, note it down that PDF in your classwork notes. After that, keep that classwork notes aside. Keep that classwork notes aside and then open that YouTube link. Then one by one, step by step, you can watch the video and see that classwork notes. Then you will understand the steps clearly. This is the correct procedure. You are keeping your classwork notes somewhere away from you and watching the video. This is also not fruitful. Okay, my dear children, will you follow this procedure?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What do you follow is, first of all, write the classwork notes. First and foremost thing is, open the Google Classroom and find the classwork notes in the form of PDF. First and foremost thing is, first write the classwork notes. Copy the classwork notes in your notebooks. After that, After that, second stage. What is the second stage? Keep your classwork notes aside nearby you and open the YouTube link. Whatever I am posting the class in the form of video format. Then open the class in the YouTube. Then watch the video and keep your book classwork notes aside and watch the steps how I explained in the video and follow the classwork notes also as well step by step. Then you can understand the concepts well. Even though if you are not able to understand, if any confusion is there, then tick that step, tick by a pencil, mark that step by a pencil or highlight, okay, whatever it is, do it and ask your doubt personally by phone and get your doubts clarified. Just mark by a pencil, mark that step. Sir, this step I could not understand. Once explain that step, sir. Then I will explain you again. Don't worry about that. But from your end, you have to follow these instructions. Okay, my children. Will you follow these
Okay,
instructions?
sir.
Okay. Follow in this order
Yes,
only.
sir.
Follow the instructions in this order only. First and foremost, I don't know how you are following previously, but at least hereafter, at least from today, first and foremost thing, write the classwork notes. Keep that classwork notes opened nearby you. And after that, open the YouTube link and watch the video and understand the steps, okay, one by one. Okay, my dear Kevin Paul, then you get some idea about that questions or concepts. Okay, my children. Now come to the question number 6. In the exercise 2.2, we have discussed question number 5. 5 questions so far we have completed. Now let us discuss question number 6. Write, write tan inverse of 1 by square root of x square minus 1. Right, tan inverse of 1 by root of x square minus 1 comma mod x is greater than 1 in the simplest form. In the simplest form. This knowledge is very useful in calculus also. In calculus, in finding integration of a given function which is given in the inverse trigonometric functions, in that case we follow this procedure. First we write that inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. After that only we find the integration. Okay, my dear children. So all of you listen these steps carefully. Here tan inverse of 1 by root 1 x square minus 1. This is a given inverse trigonometric function. We have to write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. To write this given inverse trigonometric function, we use a substitution method. Yesterday we used that substitution method. Do you remember what is the substitution method? In substitution method, what will you substitute in the place of x? Do you remember? In the place of x, what will you substitute? To write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form, what will you substitute in the place of x? Do you remember that? Yesterday I told you. Do you remember? What will you substitute?
The trigonometric functions.
Yes, very good. All of you listen. Grayson told the answer. All of you listen. To write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form, we substitute. This is called substitution method. In this place of x, we write either x is equal to sine theta or x is equal to cos theta, or x is equal to tan theta, or x is equal to cot theta, or x is equal to secant theta, or x is equal to cosecant theta. We substitute any one of these 6 trigonometric functions. We substitute any one of these trigonometric functions so that this part under the square root should get a trigonometric identity. That is why you should remember trigonometric identities also. Then we can find out which is a suitable substitution. For example, if you substitute x is equal to sine theta in the place in this under square root, what will you get? Can you tell me, Preetika? If you substitute x is equal to sine theta in the place of x, what will you get under square root? Can you tell me?
Sine square minus 1, sir.
Sine square, not sine square theta. You are forgetting theta. Not only sine square minus 1. Sine square theta minus 1. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Is there any formula? Is there any trigonometric identity sine square theta minus 1? There is no trigonometric identity sine square theta minus 1. But 1 minus sine square theta formula is there. 1 minus sine square theta is equal to cos square theta. Similarly, 1 minus cos square theta is equal to sine square theta. But sine square theta minus 1, there is no trigonometric identity. So, this is not a suitable substitution. If you substitute, understanding this point, my dear children?
Yes, sir.
If you substitute cos theta in the place of x, if you substitute x is equal to cos theta in the place of x under square root, what will you get? Can you tell me, Krupal? What will you get if you substitute x is equal to cos theta under square root? What will you get here? What will you get here, Krupal? My dear Krupal?
Cos square minus
Cos square theta. Don't forget theta. Don't forget to say theta also. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Previously, Preetika also did the same mistake. Sin square minus 1. Don't say like that. Sin square theta minus 1. Okay. Cos square theta
Okay, sir.
minus 1. Not cos square minus 1. So, it is also not a trigonometric identity. So, it is not a trigonometric identity. So, cos theta is not suitable. If you substitute x is equal to tan theta in the place of x, what will you get under the square root? Can you tell me, Janani? If you substitute x is equal to tan theta, what will you get under square root?
Tan square theta minus 1, sir.
Very good. You said correctly. Tan square theta minus 1. It is also not a trigonometric identity. There is no trigonometric identity. Tan square theta minus 1. So, this is also not a suitable function for substitution. Now, if you substitute cot theta in the place of x, if you substitute cot theta, what will you get here under square root? Can you tell me, Joseph? Under square root, what will you get if you substitute x is equal to cot theta? We are very
Cot square theta, sir. Minus 1.
Cot square.
Cot square theta minus 1, sir.
Yes, cot square theta minus 1. It is not also not trigonometric identity. It is also not a trigonometric identity. Now come to the next substitution. If you substitute x is equal to secant theta, remember these steps, my dear children. Listen carefully. Focus on the class. Okay. If you substitute secant theta in the place of x, what will you get under the square root? Can you tell me, my dear Kevin Paul? If you substitute x is equal to secant theta in the place of x, what will you get under the square root?
Cosecant square theta.
I asked here secant theta. I kept my finger also. You are not watching the screen. What I wrote here? After cot theta, what I wrote here?
Secant theta, sir.
That only. We substitute that value. Then what will you get? If you substitute x is equal to secant theta and the square root
1 minus
1 minus
secant theta square. Secant theta square minus 1.
not secant theta square. It is a wrong reading. Secant square theta, not secant theta square. It is a wrong reading. Secant square theta minus 1. Secant square theta minus 1 is a trigonometric identity. Secant square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square theta. Okay, secant square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square theta. It is a trigonometric identity. So it is a suitable. It is suitable substitution. So we substitute x is equal to secant theta in this place. Okay. Tan inverse of 1 by root of x square minus 1 is equal to tan inverse of 1 by, what are you substituting here in the place of x? Can you tell me, Kevin Paul? What are you going to substitute in the place of x? What I told here, which is a suitable substitution?
Secant square theta.
Yes, secant theta. Secant square theta minus 1. Because by substituting x is equal to secant theta, we got this step. We got this step by substituting x is equal to secant theta. Okay, my children. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Now, tan inverse of 1 by square root of, what is the value of secant square theta minus 1? Do you remember trigonometric identity? Secant square theta minus 1.
Tan.
Yes. Tell me,
Tan
Preetika.
square theta, sir.
Very good. Very
Root
good.
tan square theta, sir.
Yes, square root of tan square theta. You should memorize the trigonometric identities. You should memorize the trigonometric formula well. Without knowing, you can't step even a single step forward, because secant square theta minus 1 is equal to tan square theta. Understood this step, my dear children?
Yes, sir.
Then tan inverse of 1 by, what will you get in the numerator, in the denominator? Can you tell me, my dear Grayson? What will you get in the denominator?
Tan theta.
Yes, square root and square gets cancelled. We get a tan theta. That is equal to tan inverse of 1 by tan theta. What is the 1 by tan theta value? Can you tell me, Blessina? Can you tell me 1 by tan theta? 1 by tan theta is equal to?
Sec theta, sir.
Not sec theta. Kiran Raj, can you tell me 1 by tan theta is equal to? Not sec theta. Not sec theta. 1 by tan theta. Sorry, say loudly. Very good, very good. Cot theta. 1 by tan theta is equal to cot theta. Okay, my dear Blessina.
Okay, sir.
Because 1 by tan theta is equal to cot theta. Understood this step, my dear children?
Yes, sir.
Right. But outside here tan inverse is there. Here outside tan inverse is there. In the inside there should be tan only. To get cancelled inverse and trigonometric function, this should be in the terms of tan. In terms of tan. So we convert this cot theta. We write this cot theta as tan inverse of I wrote this cot theta as tan pi by 2 minus theta. Tan pi by 2 minus theta. What is the value of tan pi by 2 minus theta? Cot theta only. Tan pi by 2 minus theta is equal to cot theta. That is why in the place of cot theta we wrote tan pi by 2 minus theta. Understood this step? We used this result.
Yes, sir.
By using this result, in the place of cot theta, we wrote tan of pi by 2 minus theta. Now, if you observe this step here, tan inverse is there. Immediately inside bracket, tan is there. So we can strike out, but actually should not strike out. Just for understanding easily, I am telling you strike out. Then what is left here? If you strike out tan inverse,
Pi by 2 minus theta.
very good. Pi by 2 minus, you should cancel it out in your mind only, not on the paper. Not on the paper. So pi by 2 minus theta. Okay. But actually, what is value of theta here? We have assumed here x is equal to secant theta. X is equal to secant theta. What should we write? Immediately we can write. Previously I told you, if x is equal to secant theta, then theta is equal to, what is the value of theta? Can you tell me? My dear,
The secant inverse of x.
yes, secant inverse of x. Secant inverse of x. Theta is equal to secant inverse of x. So, pi by 2 minus secant inverse of x. Because x is equal to secant theta. X is equal to secant theta. We assumed here secant theta by implies theta is equal to secant inverse x. That's all. We simplified the given function like this, pi by 2 minus secant inverse x. Okay, my children, please remember these steps. Okay, my children,
Okay, sir.
this is called the simplest form of the given inverse trigonometric function. You should remember this knowledge. Again and again, I'm telling you, this knowledge is used in calculus also. When you are getting inverse trigonometric functions in integrations, we should use this knowledge. We should convert the given inverse trigonometric functions in the simplest form by using this knowledge. Okay, my children.
Okay, sir.
Now come to the next question. Can you read the next question, my dear Jerome Jesli Raj? Can you read the question number 7? What is the question number 7? Right. Jerome Jesli Raj.
Yes, sir. Sound on, sir.
Yeah. 7th question. Yes, 7th question. Yes, my dear Jerome Jesli Raj. Where he left? Jerome Jesli Raj left here. Okay, my dear Stains Johnson. You read the next question.
Yes, sir.
I am
Tan inverse.
No. Just watch the screen and read the question. Watch the screen and read.
Sir, right tan inverse. Sir, can I read?
Tan inverse of square root
Tan inverse of root 1 minus cos x by 1 plus cos x. 0 is greater than lesser than x lesser than pi in the simplest form.
Okay, here also a inverse trigonometric function is given. We have to write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. Okay, my children. So, tan inverse of square root of 1 minus cos x by 1 plus cos x. If you and in the brackets, what happened, my dear Jerome Jasliraj?
Sir, my ping got lost, sir.
Okay,
Now
okay.
it's alright. Now it's alright.
Okay. Please be online. Stan Johnson read the question. Don't worry. Now you continue the class. So here x is not given. X is not given in these brackets to substitute. So directly we use trigonometric identities here. Tan inverse of square root of 1 minus cos x. 1 minus cos x. Previously, in previous class also I wrote 1 minus cos a is equal to 2 sine square a by 2. Do you remember that formula, my children? 2 sine square, here a means x, by 1 plus cos x, 2 cos square x by 2. In the numerator, this is also a trigonometric formula. In the denominator, it is also a trigonometric formula. I am writing because 1 minus cos a, 1 minus cos a is equal to 2 sine square a by 2, and 1 plus cos a is equal to 2 cos square a by 2. By using these two formulae, in a numerator and denominator, we got this step. Okay, my children, you are using these two inverse trigonometric formulae. Okay, now here now we are not substituting anything, just we are using that inverse trigonometric formula directly in the given function. That is equal to tan inverse of, in this step you find out here 2 gets cancelled. Yes or no? 2 gets cancelled. Sin square x by 2 by cos square x by 2. What will you get here? Square root of, yes or no? Sin square x by 2 by cos square x by 2. Because sin a by cos a this is a trigonometric formula. Sin a by cos a is equal to tan a. Here sin square a by cos square a. So this can be written as tan square a. Now can you tell me tan inverse of, in this brackets, what will you get? Powerson Churchill, can you tell me in this brackets what will you get after simplification? What, my dear Ayush Singh? You joined late for the meeting. Tell me, my dear Powerson Churchill, what will you get after simplification in this square brackets? Who will tell? Just raise your hands. Square root of tan square x by 2. Yes, only Greason and Preetika raised their hands. Yes, Jerome Jasliraj also. Okay, I will give chance to Jerome Jasliraj. Can you tell me, Jerome? Yes?
Tan x by 2, sir.
Very good, very good. Square root and square gets cancelled. Okay, my dear Powerson Churchill, tan x by 2. Square root and, yes, square root and square gets cancelled. Finally, we get tan x by 2 in this brackets. Then what will you get? A tan inverse of tan x by 2. What will you do here? What is the value here? Can you tell me, my dear Kevin Paul? Tan inverse of tan x by 2. Here outside tan inverse is there, inside tan is there. Are they get cancelled or not?
No, sir.
No? Then what will you get in the next step? Tan inverse of tan x by 2. Previously I told you in the last question also, here see there, tan inverse of tan. we cancelled out in our mind only. In our mind only. Tan inverse tan gets cancelled. We wrote only this part. Pi by 2 minus theta. Okay, my dear. Yashwantram, don't worry. Now, can you tell me, Kevin Paul, what will you get here? What will you get here? Tan inverse tan gets cancelled. Please remember this point. Similarly, sin inverse sin gets cancelled. Cos inverse cos gets cancelled. No need to write these two. We write the remaining part only. We write the
Sir,
remaining.
you get x by 2.
That's all. We get only x by 2. That's all. Okay. That is the answer. We have simplified the given inverse trigonometric function into x by 2. That's all. This is the simplest form of the given inverse trigonometric function. Okay, my dear children. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So all of you follow the procedure what I told. First write the classwork notes and keep it aside and watch the video step by step. Okay. Now read the question number 8. I am writing the question number 8 on the screen. Write tan inverse of cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x, comma 0 less than x less than pi in the simplest form. Here also a inverse trigonometric function is given. We have to write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. Okay. Again and again I am telling you, these model questions, writing or converting the given inverse trigonometric functions in their simplest form is very, very important model. Okay. Please listen carefully and watch this video again and again till you understand the concepts. So tan inverse of cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x. Tan inverse of, this is nothing but the formula for tan of pi by 4 minus x. Tan of, if you remember this formula within one or two steps, you can write the given inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. So the entire function cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x is a formula for tan of pi by 4 minus x. This is the formula. Tan of pi by 4 minus x is equal to cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x. I am writing that reason also here why I wrote this part in the place of this one. Why I wrote this function? Because tan of pi by 4 minus x is equal to cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x. This is a trigonometric formula. Tan of pi by 4 minus x is equal to cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x. Because of this reason, in the place of cos x minus sin x by cos x plus sin x, I wrote here tan of pi by 4 minus x. Okay, my dear children, understood this step?
Yes, sir.
Now, in the next step, what will you get? Can you tell me, my dear Blessina? Can you tell me tan inverse of tan of pi by 4 minus x? Then what is the next step? Can you tell me, Blessina?
Sir, cancel out tan inverse and tan, sir.
Yes. Then what will you get?
5 by 4 minus x, sir.
That's all. But you should not do that cancellation on the paper in your mind only. You have to perform that activity in your mind only, not on the paper. Don't strike out on the paper. Okay, so finally we get pi by 4 minus x. That's all. That is the simplest form. That is equal to pi by 4 minus x. That's all. This is the required simplest form of the given inverse trigonometric function. Now come to the question number 9. See question number 9 in the next page. Question number 9 in the next page. Write tan inverse of x by tan inverse of x by a square root of a square minus x square, comma, modulus of x is less than a in the simplest form. In the simplest form. We had to write this inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form by using substitution. By using substitution, we write the given inverse trigonometric function in its simplest form. Okay, my dear children. Now, let us take the given inverse trigonometric function tan inverse of x by square root of a square minus x square. Here, I am substituting x is equal to a sin theta. X is equal to a sin theta. If you substitute x is equal to a sin theta in the square root, under the square root we get a trigonometric identity. By practice only you can identify which function is suitable. By substituting which function, we get a trigonometric identity. So in this question, we are substituting x is equal to a sin theta. Remember and listen carefully, my dear children. If you substitute x is equal to a sin theta, what will you get in this square brackets? Can you tell me? My dear Yashwantram,
Sir.
in this brackets, listen carefully the question. In this brackets,
Okay, sir.
if you substitute x is equal to a sin theta, then what will you get? Tell me numerator and denominator. Can you tell me numerator and denominator?
Sir, a sin theta by root over a square minus a sin square theta.
Very good, my dear Yashwantram. Square root of a square minus a square sin square theta. Here we substituted by substituting x is equal to a sin theta. By substituting x is equal to a sin theta, we got this step, we got this part. From this equation, can you find theta value? Can anyone tell the theta value? Can any one of you tell me the value of theta? Anybody? X is equal to a sin theta. Then what will you get? Sin theta is equal to, what will you get here? Sin theta is equal to x by a. Yes or no?
By A, sir.
From this equation, we are finding theta value. For that, first we are writing sin theta value. Sin theta is equal to x by a. Then from this equation, what is theta value? Now can you tell me?
Sin inverse of x by A, sir.
Yes, very good, Preetika. Sin inverse of x by a.
Sir,
What, my dear? Blessina?
it was Lesina, sir.
Tell me, ask your doubt.
No, sir.
Any doubt?
No doubt, sir.
So we use this result at last. At last step, we use this result. That is why we are finding the value of theta. Okay, so in the given inverse trigonometric functions, we are substituting x is equal to a sine theta. Then we get a trigonometric identity under square root. Okay, I will show you how you are getting, how will you get in trigonometric identity in the square root a sine theta by square root of from these two terms. Let us take common factor a square. A square is a common factor. If you taking out the common factor a square from these two terms, we are taking out the common factor a square. Then what will you get? Can you tell me the terms? Can you tell me the terms, Krupal? If you taking out the common factor a square from these two terms, here there are two terms. A square is one term and a square minus a square sine square theta is the second term. From these two terms, I am taking a square as common factor. We are taking out a square as common factor. Then what will you get here? Krupal, can you tell me? If you take a square as common factor out, Krupal,
Yes, sir.
can you tell me? If you take a square as common factor out, we have taken out a square as common factor from the two terms. What will you get in the brackets?
Sir, sine square theta, sir.
Only sine square theta. Is it correct, my dear Janani? Is it correct? Only sine square theta. Tell me.
No, sir, it's wrong.
Then what is correct? Tell me. What is right?
1 minus sine square theta.
Sorry?
1 minus
Very
sine
good.
square.
Very good, my dear Janani. 1 minus, from this term, if you take a square common factor, we get 1 only. We get 1 in the first term, and in the second term, sine square theta. Okay, my dear Krupal.
Okay, sir.
You should be very strong. You should be very strong in basics of mathematics. Okay, basic knowledge is very useful. Taking out the common factor from two terms, you should know this well. Then tan inverse of a sine theta by if you write this a square out, what will you get? If you write square root a square out, what will you get? Can you tell me, Joseph? What will you get here? Root a square. Root a square is there. Then what will you get here? What is the value of root a square?
Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir.
Yes. Because root of AB, square root of AB can be written as root A into root B. By using this property here, A means A square, B means 1 minus sine square theta. By using this formula, we wrote this step. Tan inverse of A sine theta. Now tell me, what is the value of root A square? A. Joseph told root A square is A. Then what about 1 minus sine square theta? What is the value of 1 minus sine square theta? 1 minus sine square theta. Who will tell?
Cos square theta.
Very good. Very good. Cos square theta. This is a trigonometric identity because 1 minus sine square A is equal to cos square A. This is a trigonometric identity. So by using this formula, we wrote cos square theta under the square root. Okay, my dear children. Now here A gets cancelled. A gets cancelled. So tan inverse of sine theta by, in the denominator, what will you get? In the denominator, can you tell me, Power Son Churchill? In the denominator, what will you get here? After this step, in this part, what will you get in the denominator?
Cos theta, sir.
Yes, very good. Cos theta. Tan inverse of, in this brackets, what is the value? Sin theta by cos theta. What can be written here? Sin theta by
Tan theta, sir.
very good. Tan theta. To make this entire function in terms of tan, we have done all this part. Okay. Then can you tell me tan inverse of tan theta value? What is the
Theta,
value
sir.
of tan inverse of tan theta? What is the value of tan inverse of tan theta?
Theta, sir.
Yes, theta only. Theta. Previously I told you, you have to strike out tan inverse and tan in your mind, not on paper, not on the paper, not on your classwork notebook, not in the examination paper also. You have to do it in your mind only. Tan inverse, tan gets cancelled, theta only will be left. But actually, what is the value of theta? We have found the value of theta here. What is the value of theta? We have found that one. What is the value of theta?
So
Sin
sin inverse x by a.
Sin inverse of x by a. So that is equal to sin inverse of x by a. So we have simplified the given inverse trigonometric function by a suitable substitution into the form of sin inverse of x by a. This is the simplest form of the given inverse trigonometric function. Okay, my dear children.
Okay, sir.
Understood this one? So
Yes.
now the time is 11 past 46 minutes. Now the time is 11 past 46 minutes. All of you, what you should do is, first of all, write the classwork notes. After that only watch the videos by keeping your classwork notes open. That is the correct procedure to understand the concepts, to understand the solutions, whatever I have given in the notes. Okay, my dear children, will you follow these instructions sincerely and seriously?
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Follow
sir.
this in. Don't open the YouTube link directly. Don't watch the video directly. Follow these instructions in this proper order, in this given order. Okay, my dear children. Who joined Kevin Paul by 2 IDs? Who joined here by 2 IDs? Who joined Kevin Paul 2 IDs? Who joined here?
Sir, only one ID, sir.
But on the screen, if you observe here, two names are there, 2 IDs are there, 2 persons are
Sir,
there.
I leave and join, sir.
Okay, now the time is 11 past 5. Yes, okay, okay. Now the time is 11 past 47 minutes. You can leave the meeting, my dear children. Take rest. Take care of your health, my dear children. Stay
Thank you,
calm.
sir.
Thank you,
Stay
sir.
Thank you,
safe.
sir.
Stay safe.
Thank you, sir.
Sanitize your hands frequently and maintain social distance. And thank you all, my dear children. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, my dear Grayson. Thank you, my dear Joseph.
అబ్బాయి వెళ్ళిపోయాడు ఎందుకు మైక్ ఆఫ్ చేస్తా
నువ్వు మాట్లాడుతున్నావని
ఏం మాట్లాడతాయే
మాట్లాడకూడదు.
ఎందుకు
నీ మాట కూడా రికార్డ్ అవుతుంది.
కెమెరా పెట్టు